News on the new gun bill passed in the Senate. So let's get to that. Two major decisions on gun rights in Washington, D.C. from two branches of government, the Senate and the nation's highest court. Emotions are running high. First, in a landmark decision, the Senate passing a bipartisan bill with hopes it will help prevent mass shootings and protect children from gun violence. It's being called the largest gun reform legislation in decades. Today, we are expecting a House vote on the measure. Now, at the same time, there is Democratic fallout over the Supreme Court ruling that expands the right to carry a firearm. The justices defending their opinion, while New York's governor says the decision will turn Manhattan into the wild, wild west. Joe Khalil is live on Capitol Hill with the very latest. Joe?
Adrienne, good morning. Look, it took senators nearly the entire day, but late Thursday night, this bipartisan group, Republicans and Democrats, finally got their bill across the finish line, breaking what was a nearly 30-year logjam on passing anything that tightened gun laws in the U.S. So all told, 15 Republicans joined all 50 Democrats to pass it and get it done. And as you know, this was really inspired to action after the Uvalde shooting that took the lives of 19 children and two adult teachers there. So let's go ahead and get into what this bill actually does. And these are just the highlights. This isn't everything, but we're talking about incentives and money for states to pass their own red flag laws, enhancing background checks for any gun buyers under the age of 21, and hundreds of millions of dollars for mental health resources and stricter school security. That was something that Republicans really wanted to get in that bill. Now, as we mentioned, truly a bipartisan effort. Republicans were key in writing this bill with Democrats, but there were 33 different Republicans that actually voted against it. And some of the reasons that they gave were that they felt parts of it, like the red flag law, did trample on people's Second Amendment rights. That's what we heard from Republicans. And at the same time, they also felt that some of these things were not as impactful as they wanted them to be. They thought they could have gone much harder on people who've actually committed gun crimes. And we did see a bit of a reflection of that in the NRA statement as well. The NRA putting out a reaction to this here, and they said in response, guys, I'm sorry, I don't have that NRA statement. I think you have it on your screen, but basically echoing the same thing, that they thought this would trample on people's Second Amendment rights there. So that's what we heard from the NRA. Adrienne, not a huge surprise in that reaction.
Clearly. Thank you so much, Joe. We'll get that NRA statement for our viewers a little bit later on. But what will the impact of the Supreme Court ruling have beyond just New York State? Because I know Massachusetts is also bracing for a domino effect.
So you have Massachusetts, California, Maryland, New Jersey. All of these states actually have similar laws where they said if you wanted to get a concealed carry permit, you had to prove to the state that you had a need to do it. Well, this Supreme Court decision for New York State basically voids that. So the fact that this happened for the New York law is going to ripple across the country, and we're likely to see other states, if they have those laws in place, either try to get around the Supreme Court decision or they'll just simply have to invalidate those laws, Adrienne.
All right. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.